Randy, before we do start tonight, did you want to say anything to the audience about last week?
Dear Rich Dickman audience, my name is Randy, and I am the executive producer of The Rich Dickman Show, and I would like to apologize for my offensive character, Banana Randers. It was very offensive to bananas everywhere, and it was also a little bit interrupty to Rim's ego. So I apologize for that. I should never interrupt Rim as a banana or otherwise. Mm-hmm. And Walter, I'm sorry I was mean to you. I don't know. You know, I just want to fight you for some reason, Walter. And I don't know what it is. It's primal. And I can't explain it.
Okay.
But meet me in Boston on on October 27th at AEW Dynamite. Okay. That's it.
All right. Thank you. All right. Sorry, we had to put that out of the way, Lex. Randy is very interrupty last week. We had an issue. We had several backstage fights.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, hey, should we cover the outro, or do we know if?
Oh yeah. So if you end up doing the outro with us, so if you don't get sick of us and want to go, after I say good, this is important now. After I say good night, you have to say see ya.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I'll say boosh.
Yeah.
And there's a whole bunch of lore behind that we're not going to bore you with, but it really helps us out with our massive audience.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. So I'll play the intro and let's get going. Here we are. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 172 of the Rich Dickman Show podcast. It is slightly better than mediocre. I am your host Rem, once again back at you, sliding down those sexy ear holes, right down the ear canal. Another sexy episode coming up, my buddies here. It's Randy, he's bald, trimmed beard, looking handsome as hell in black and white. Randy, let's go buddy, what's up man?
Oh man, yeah, I just went to the barber today to get ready for our lovely guest, and he went high and tight. So I'm excited about my haircut and excited for our guest. So,
how much did you get charged for that haircut?
Well, 35, and I tipped 10, so 45. But I'm keeping a local business going.
Okay, well that's good. All right, yeah, we do have a good
he uses a straight razor, bro, and he gave me freckles.
Did he do that or is that the camera?
He did that.
Wow. With what? Are you shitting me right now?
What's it called? No. You know, the henna tattoos.
Henna.
He did that.
Really? Okay.
Henna, whatever.
All right. Well,
yep, had it done to my face. I'm sure my boss won't approve.
Awesome. Maybe you get raid. Tonight, joining us, ladies and gentlemen, we have the very beautiful, the very lovely Alexis Allure, superstar around the world. Alexis Allure, thank you for coming on Rich Dickman Show. Welcome. How are you?
Hey guys, it's Alexis. I'm good. I'm happy to be here hanging out.
How's the weather out there? Is it warm?
Hot AF. It's like you are in hell and you're burning and there's nowhere to escape.
Yeah. Would you rather be hot all the time or cold all the time? You got to pick one.
Cold all the time because you can put more clothes on, but once you're naked, that's it.
Yeah.
Right.
I gotcha. Right. I think in your industry, though, putting more clothes on is probably not the idea, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, Alexis, here at the Rich Dickman Show, I love talking to people. All right. And so we bring people of all sorts on here. We've done so many of these episodes, and it's just about bringing people together and learning about what they do and who they are and having a good time. So here you are, and I want to learn all about you. And now, so just to preface though, we kind of went pre-show on this one, but, the opportunist, Randy, I saw our buddy Swiney had retweeted something that Alexis tweeted where she said that she got stood up by another podcast. So, hey, I'll just jump right in. Alexis, we won't stand you up. Come on the Rich Dickman Show. And here we are. So that's, Randy, I was executive producing for you. We did that. I did that. Me.
Yeah. That's awesome. Thank you. If there's anything the Rich Dickman Show does, it's show up.
It's show up,
So.
show up every week. All right. So Alexis,
Yep.
let's learn a little bit about you. So who are you and what do you do? Let's start there.
My name's Alexis Allure. I'm a BBW porn star, and I've been in the industry for like almost 10 years now. I live in Las Vegas, City of Sin.
Nice. Oh yeah. I've been podcasting for almost 10 years now. Randy,
Sweet.
did you know that? Oh my God. So we're both pros.
Yeah, I was
here.
there.
Yeah. So in 10 years, this is actually great because this is what I love is that how porn has changed in the last, 30 years, but especially in the last 10, right? So how did you get started in being out there?
I got started because I met a girl on good old Craigslist Personals, rest in peace. And she was like, oh, I'm looking for a girlfriend or maybe someone to webcam with. I don't know. And I was like, okay, cool. And we definitely didn't end up dating, but she ended up teaching me how to webcam and helping me get into porn a little bit. And then I actually had my very first boy-girl scene with Rodney Moore. So that was really cool. Yeah.
I love Rodney Moore. Oh my gosh. I almost had him on the show last year and I just never was able to work it out. I got to try. So your first scene was with Rodney Moore. Yeah. So did he come? Were you in Vegas at the time or did you have to go out to Seattle? Is that where he
I was in San Diego and I went and I met him in LA.
Really? So
yeah.
What was that? So 10 years ago, Rodney Moore. So what was that? So tell me about that experience. Like how did you end up with Rodney?
Interesting. He is really able to like turn it on and turn it off. Like when I met him, I was like, oh, this guy is kind of quiet. Like he's older. I didn't know what to think. And then like the instant the camera turned on, you could really see his like on camera personality and how like ready he was. But when I got there, he had this really cool thing that some studios do, but like not enough, where he had me fill out this whole like 4-page long thing about what I liked to do and what I didn't like to do on camera. And then we went over it together. And
oh, wow.
I thought that was really awesome. And
that's awesome.
Even though like it's common to have like a quick talk about your like consenting and what you're into and what you're not. I thought it was like really interesting and super thorough and a really nice touch.
See, yeah, if I
Sounds
was
like a professional
porn,
for sure.
Yeah, I would do the same thing because I'm so.
Yeah.
I just want everybody to be comfortable all the time. I'm a people pleaser.
And it wasn't like a yes or no. Like it had a list, like a whole list of different like acts, and then it's had like those like a range. Like I've tried it, I would never try it. I tried it and I didn't like it. I tried it and I would do it again. So I thought that was super interesting.
So you fill out that paper and you sit down, I assume, with Rodney. And now is he going list, item by item, be like, okay, so let's try a doggy style like this, but then we'll roll into a side missionary. What's the conversation
like? Yeah,
like
he sat through and he went over the whole paper and was like, okay, like let's do this and that. And before I was in porn, I was really into the BDSM scene. And when I first got into porn, I wasn't thinking about things like about kind of like what my porn personality wasn't fully formed, like I was kind of getting there. And in our scene, we ended up getting kind of rough because I was like, oh yeah, I like to be slapped. I like spanking, like that's super hot. And then at the end of the scene, I like had a bunch of bruises and stuff. And then next week I was like, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that because I'm going to be all bruised up for my next scene this week. Like maybe I shouldn't do that again.
You got to think camera appearance all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he laid out the whole scene kind of like Randy. It's like Ricky Steamboat and Macho Man at WrestleMania 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's just what I was sitting here thinking.
We will agree. Yeah. Even in general, like when you're going to film a hardcore scene, you'll agree. You'll be like, okay, first we're going to do blowjob, and then we're going to do doggy, and then we're going to do mish, and then we're going to do whatever reverse cowgirl, and then when I come, we'll do this to make you come. Like whatever it was.
Okay. So, Alexis, you're fantastic right now because I've asked that question of multiple porn stars, and I never really get the straight answer that I'm looking for. And you just kind of laid it all there. There is a discussion. Rodney takes it to another level, which is fantastic. Yeah. Actually, so when you work with Swiney, is it kind of the same thing? We've had Swiney and Angus on the show. I love talking to them, but love talking
so
about
fun.
them too.
Yeah.
Angus's Twitter is fire.
Usually we'll decide what we're going to do, like a guideline. But I think also Swenny shoots a more like pro-am approach where we're going for like a little more natural of a scene, a little more sex tape vibe. So we'll kind of just like agree like what we're going to include, but maybe not in what order. And I always ask the male talent, like, what's the best way for you to finish? What's the best position for you to finish in? Because let's put that at the end, you know?
Yeah.
Wow. Randy, did you send her the Google Doc? Because I swear to God, she's getting into every topic I want to get into right now. This is incredible. All right, but I have to go. So I have questions that we're going to get back to there, but I have to go back to Rodney for a second because I was a Rodney Moore fan for a long time. I love what he did. All right, like he was one of the first Gonzo guys back in the mid,
yeah, he's
90s.
Great.
Yeah, and he kind of led the way for what porn would become for 2000 to 2010. Now, did he film it all himself, or did he have a camera person with him?
It was just the two of us, actually.
Really?
Yeah, it was just the two of us, and we just had I think like one or two tripods. Maybe we did some POV. I don't remember.
Okay. So just throw it. You know what, Randy, I'm going to try to get Rodney back on the show because I was just fanboy out because, and I got to say this, Rodney Moore told me basically watching his films that it is okay to like what you like, you know, right? So if you like bigger women, that's okay.
He definitely, especially now, I think after filming porn for like so many years, he kind of just has to get weird with it to get off. Like, I think he will just kind of like throw stuff out there. He's like, today I'm going to worship your feet and then I'm going to fuck you while you ignore me. And then you're going to make me come.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I can get into all that.
You know, Randy, we got to get to a point in life where we had that go. All right, that's your OnlyFans. Remember that. We talked about that earlier. All right, so
yeah, my cousin wants me to get an OnlyFans, so he thinks I'm marketable as a Dick Cheney impersonator.
Yeah, we're going to bounce here. So now, Alexis, you have an OnlyFans. You're producing a lot of your own stuff. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's my main thing is like stuff I'm producing by myself and like, or not by myself, but just like trade content where I film with other models and then we both sell it on our own platforms.
Yeah. So at what point did you realize the benefit in having control over your own content like that?
After I broke up with that girl that I met who first got me into porn.
Oh, really? Did she take all the stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a couple and she was married and they definitely did help me, but they also kind of took advantage of me because I didn't know better, you know? And they would run my websites and stuff. Yeah. And we would just get together and film a bunch of stuff and they would put some of it on my site and some of it on theirs, kind of as a trade for like managing my site. And they would always take my best stuff and they would always like gaslight me that I wasn't doing enough. And at the end, yeah. Yeah. And then at the end, when I like realized my potential and realized that owning your own stuff is way better, it was definitely a learning experience. I would say, unfortunately, I know a lot of models who have had a similar experience where they're like, in the beginning, I had this dude who was like my manager and he was super shitty and I just didn't know better.
Yeah.
But yeah, owning, it's hard because in the beginning too, you're like, oh, I just want to make money. So I'm just going to do a bunch of paid stuff because then I'll have money immediately. But like, if you own your own stuff, you can sell it forever and you can make money off it forever, over and over again.
It's a constant stream of income versus one-time payout.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's two ways to get rich: software development and creating media.
And you have more control, you know, like if you have more creative control, and if you ever decide, I mean, the internet's forever, but if you ever decide you want to take it down off certain sites, then you can do that, you know, instead of it being stuck forever under someone else's control.
So, in going over today's interview, I just wrote down a bunch of thoughts that I had in my head. And you said Rodney, and it's funny how this is kind of just all boom right there. When you were filming with Rodney, was it more than once? Have you filmed with him multiple times?
I have filmed with him more than once, yeah.
How many times did he leave his socks on?
Oh, all of them? I'm not sure.
Did he ever shock you with static electricity?
No.
Okay, good.
I'll have to think. I'm gonna look back at our scenes now.
Yeah, that's the one thing that stands out to me in watching Rodney scenes. He's always got his socks on. And so when you're filming with a man or a woman, or do things like having socks on, does that kind of turn you off a little bit, or do you just not care?
I don't notice it too much, but if I think it's gonna show in the scene, and I'm more or less directing it, I'll tell them to take them off.
Yeah, because it's weird looking, right? You're all naked there, and you're just doing your thing. You're sweaty and everything, but you got socks on. It's oh, come on. Ron Jeremy doesn't even do that.
Can I wear chaps?
Yeah.
It definitely bothers me if I notice something
guy
in the background. I'm oh, let's stop and move that thing,
Yeah. The focus should be on the beautiful human beings that are in front of us and what they're doing, not on your goddamn socks. So, okay.
Yeah, one time I filmed a POV with a guy, and I spent 10 minutes being is the shot good? Because I can't see the shot. It was just a POV blowjob. And he was yeah, it's good. And I saw the footage later, and there was the case that part of the lighting goes in, directly in the fucking scene right behind me the entire time. And I was that's so irritating and drives me insane. I was why? How could you have looked at that and thought it was good?
Yeah. Oh man. And maybe he did it on purpose so he could do it again. That's shitty, right?
I don't know. I never shot with him again. That's if someone's new or I'm not sure about shooting with them, I'll be I'll just do a POV hand job or a POV blow job, something low risk. And then if it turns out bad, you're out.
Right. Oh, that's smart.
Wow. 1 strike rule. I mean, that's smart, but harsh.
Take notes. Take notes, Randy. All right. Every time we talk to an adult star, I always dream of our OnlyFans and how successful it's not going to be. So you left the couple and you were working with Rodney. So what are the companies reaching out to you, like Plumper Pass at that time, or are you reaching out to them, or Score or something?
I did shoot with Plumper Pass eventually, but it took us a couple years to come to an agreement, because I feel a lot of times new girls have pretty low rates, for scenes, or they're super agreeable to whatever. And I kind of already knew at that time what I wanted, and it took us a couple of years we have a super great relationship now, but it took us a couple of years to come to an agreement. And I'd already been in the industry for a while before I finally ended up shooting for Plumper Pass.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I shot a lot of stuff for Jeff's Models when I was new.
Yeah.
And when I first, do you know who Eliza Allure is?
Yeah, I thought you were related.
Yeah. Right. When I first got into the industry, I didn't know about her. When I was picking my name, I did a lot of research to make sure no one had that exact name, but I somehow didn't find her porn. I have no idea how I didn't, because it's she's so out there and so famous.
Yeah.
But when we met, I ended up shooting a lot with her, and she taught me a lot too when I first started in the industry.
I bet she seems like she has a lot of knowledge. Yeah, and you should look up and look into Eliza Allure. She advocates for the adult stars, and does a lot. Yeah, she does a lot of good things. Yeah. So porn names. All right, Rem Dickman. That's a great porn name, isn't it?
I like it, but
every time.
My thing is that it should be when you hear it, you should know how to spell it. And when you see it, you should know how to say it. And I feel people might get caught up on Rem and not know. They're going to be Rem, what? R-I-M, and they're going to be confused.
Sarah Starr suggested Ram Dickman.
That would be good. That'd be good.
Okay. Yeah. See, I don't know anything, Randy. I'm glad this is why we talk to everybody.
Can I take that? Alexis. Can I be Ram Dickman instead of Randy?
No, because I was going to ask how Randy.
Randy's also a good porn name.
Okay.
Is Randy good for a porn name?
We have to pick a last name.
Yeah, you need a
Monster
last name guy.
Teeth. Randy Monster Teeth. There we go.
No, Monster Teeth is not a porn last name. You're not unless you're that guy making Halloween porn.
Because I'll take a bite out of that ass. Like, I'll have a catchphrase.
Jesus Christ. All right. I'm sorry. I apologize for him. Okay, so it's Ram Dickman and Randy Monster Teeth. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. So Plumper Pass is funny to me only because, it seems every BBW model ends up working for Plumper Pass, and maybe, I don't know, 40% of them come back saying, I don't want to work with Plumper Pass anymore, but edit that out of the show. Any speculation on that? No?
No, I can't imagine why. Okay. They're always professional when I shoot for them, and we have a great relationship. I'm curious to hear their feedback.
Yeah, I don't remember. I had to edit out.
That's my other thing that I tell models is like, never do something you're uncomfortable with. Never do something you like haven't tried in your personal life. And if you don't want to work with someone or don't want to do a certain thing, like no questions asked, don't do it.
Right. Yeah. That's what I tell Randy all the time. Do you have a dream scene that one day you're hoping to film and you have an idea for, but just haven't been able to pull it together yet? Or is it kind of just like work?
I don't know. I've done so much. I feel like I've done all the things I want to do in porn, honestly.
Yeah.
In the past, I've said I'd like to see more diverse representation in like BDSM films would be nice, but I don't know if I have like I don't know if it's going to be me that spearheads that situation. So I don't know. At this point, I just like, I like helping other models and seeing them succeed and just stuff like that.
I may get myself in trouble or made fun of for this, but I don't care. I'm going to share this with you because I believe in sharing things. My dream scene, if I were to be Ram Dickman, the porn star, would be BBW and a fitness beauty, like a muscular woman, right? Just both extremes. Yeah, I think that would be amazing. That's a great idea.
That would
be
so
Randy.
Hot. You should do it.
Right.
I think that fans like different body types together. I think it's a really cool thing, actually. Yeah, I actually find that there's a lot of I find that there's a lot of crossover between BBW fans and like trans fans, and there's not a lot of scenes where we're together, but I think the fans are really into it.
Alexis, this is incredible because my next question was going to be like, why don't we have more trans and BBWs working together? I
don't know. I can't pinpoint a reason, honestly. I think sometimes the big companies are scared to try new things, and I don't know. It's a good question. I've seen a few scenes that have that in it, but it's not super popular.
It's not because it's not in congruence with the rise of popularity in both genres, right? You had the BBW genre really take off in the last 10 years, and the trans genre has really taken off probably in the last 3-4 years. It's kind of time to cross. It's time.
I agree. I've met a lot of fans who tell me that they would love to see it. So maybe we'll look forward to some of that in the future.
Is that something you would do? I know you probably don't want to say if you didn't want to or not. So that's probably not something.
No, I would. But I've never slept with a trans woman on screen, only off screen. But I'm down.
Rocking. All right. Do you prefer men or women? Now this is two different questions. Working, as co-workers, you prefer men or women, and in real life, do you prefer being with a man or being with a woman?
I don't have a preference. No. Either way. Wow. No. I identify as pansexual, so I think it's more about the person and their energy for me than their sexuality or gender or genitalia.
Right. I think so. Pansexuality.
It's beautiful.
Do you find that to be more prevalent in fellow BBW stars?
Compared to who?
compared to anybody else, because I've never met anybody who identified as pansexual until I started talking to VPW stars.
No, I feel like I know a lot of people who are pan or bisexual. I used to identify as bi, but like I feel like that's more like you like men or women, but I like plenty of people who are not men or women. So
right, yeah, because we're at such an odd time in human history, right? Where all our normal barriers have kind of been crashed down, and but it's not just straight, gay, or bi. It's now straight, gay, bi, pan, quasi, sapio, all different types. It's everything now. Yeah. So it's probably look confusing to a lot of people to try to figure out what they are. Probably more confusing when there's so limited choices. But now, yeah, that's fascinating. So
it's trial and error, man.
Yeah. Hey,
trial and error.
You love what you love and you do what you do, man. Rock and roll, have fun.
It's evolution.
I'm all
I
about
think
it.
I think we might even be approaching a space where people aren't going to, especially like Gen Z, where we won't feel the need to even identify ourselves as having a preference one way or the other, because there's so many options and there's so many types of people out there.
Yeah. And people are, and because of the internet, really, it's the internet that helped change everything. People are more comfortable sharing that information and talking about it and normalizing it. So, yeah. Hey,
well, that and the Snapchat generation has Snapchat, so everything they do just disappears.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
True. Oh man, I had another question. So sex, right? So you do sex for work, right? Is this your full-time job, or do you have another job inside to help out?
It's my full-time job.
Okay, so that's fantastic. So sex is your work. So you very likely see sex differently from someone like me or Randy, where sex would be more of an activity for you rather than, Randy and I are we're bound by the quote unquote norms of society and all that stuff. So I've asked this question and I'm going to mention Sarah Starlock. She's been on the show with us a bunch of times. So I'm sorry if I reference her too much. But I asked this question to Sarah last time she was on, is that, do you view sex as like just an activity, just something to do with whoever's with you?
I don't.
Randy might eat popcorn. No. Okay.
I don't, but I think that, what people who are not in the porn industry don't realize is how, sex on film is so unlike sex off film, and how like segmented it is and how scripted it is and how it's just not at all like sex you had to have in your personal life.
So you keep it yeah.
A lot of times people ask me, like, a common question is like, oh, has porn ruined regular sex for you, or like has like sex not for pleasure, like not for work, changed because of porn? And my answer is like yes, but not in the ways you would expect. I feel like it's yes because now it's like really, really easy for me to identify if sex is bad. Because if I'm having sex off camera and I think to myself, I could be getting paid for this, that's it. Cut. I'm out of there. Right. Because it just becomes really, really apparent when you're having sex so often and you get to explore so many things and decide really like hone in on what you like and what you don't.
Yeah.
You sound like a very fuck yes or no kind of person. You know what I mean? Like you're either fuck yes or you're a no. And I really appreciate that about you.
I think I just have little tolerance for like shitty sex or, things like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too. Hell yeah. Yeah. So
Rim, our tagline slightly better than mediocre. I live up to that in bed.
Yeah. Just there. So now that you've been in the industry for 10 years or so, do you have favorite co-stars? People you just love working with, and every opportunity you work with them?
Yeah, I guess I have a few. I don't, it's weird, like, especially there's so many new people constantly coming into the industry too, that I don't really have like a yes list. I'm kind of like, oh yeah, I can like I'll check out that person. Like they're new. I don't really know who they are, but there is definitely people I work with a lot where you're like, okay, we have to get some other people in here because my whole website can't just be me and this other dude that I shoot with so often.
Right. And the fans get bored of it too, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. All right. So when somebody new, so it's interesting you said that. So when they ask you to work with somebody who's new, do you do research in that person? Like you scouring what they have online?
I do. I'll look up, I'll look on their social media. First of all, like the very first, bar to entry is like how they approach me. Like if they approach me and I feel like they're like unprofessional or like just a dude trying to get laid for free, trying to say like, oh, I have an OnlyFans, or if they are like rude to me in any way, like that's it. No. And I look like at stuff they've already filmed. If I'm super unsure and they're super new, I'll ask for model references. Like if they're like, oh, I shot with this girl, I'm like, okay. And they'll ask the girl, like, how was it? You know?
That's, yeah.
So, yeah. I definitely do research. And especially if I'm not super sure, like I mentioned, I'll just do something that's low risk, like a very, short, simple scene. So it's not like if it goes badly, I wasted a ton of time and resources figuring that out.
That's great. All right, going back to staging a scene and setting it up. So typically you're deciding where the pop shot's going to be beforehand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll agree. You'll say I usually have them well, I don't really like cream pies on camera that much. And depending on facials can be okay, but it kind of depends. So typically I'll just say come on my tits or my ass or my belly. Fans love my belly, so I'll tell them to pull out and come on my belly a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll always try to figure out what position works for the guy, because some guys are like, I can only come in X position, or I know that I'm probably going to come really fast if it's this position. So those are the logistics for sure.
Yeah.
It's the bouncing boobies for me, man.
Yeah. Every
time you get the boobies bouncing,
the tits are hot too, because then if they come on your tits, you can kind of pull them apart and the cum will kind of string across.
Yep. It's like a pizza
it's like
commercial.
A grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is exactly it.
So after the scene's done, guy just finished coming on you. It's weird to say that in a conversation, Randy. I don't know why. So what do you using to clean up? Are you using a cloth towel, paper towel, wet washcloth, and what's the best way?
I usually have. It depends on how much there is and where it is on me. I usually have wipes on set, baby wipes. So I'll usually do a quick baby wipe and then head to the shower. But it depends.
Oh man, Randy, you distracted me. It was perfect. See, I'm bad tonight.
I always joke that where porn stars hang out, because in the bathroom there'll be a sign that says "Don't flush baby wipes."
Yeah, that's real bad on septic systems.
Yeah, just every porn site,
especially if you
I remember the question. Have you ever just instinctively just said wow because it was too much, you weren't expecting it?
I think I'll say that, but I'll say it kind of purposefully, but I'll be like, oh my god, that was a really big load, or it depends on the dialogue that you had prior to the pop shot.
Yeah. Okay. Nothing just doesn't seem holy god, that was a lot. Oh Jesus Christ.
Sounds like they're booking wrestling, Rim.
Yeah.
I got to say, there's a lot of parallels. I think that we could add kayfabe to porn and do some crazy stuff.
It's all of my favorite things, Randy. It's improv. It's professional wrestling. It's everything. It's great. You know what? This is I love it. So, All right. Are you taking notes? Because we really, this is it. I'm getting really inspired to start our own Rich Dickman OnlyFans. Now, you've helped girls get into the industry. Did you say that earlier? I think.
Oh, yeah. I'm happy to give new girls advice and stuff. And I know there's some models out there who like have a more like planned out program. They'll be like, buy my book about getting into it, or like let me like coach you. And like, I don't do that, but I'm happy to help girls and spend some of my time to like help them get a better experience when they first start, for sure.
Do people actually
I've definitely never hired a coach from the internet. Yeah, I've never hired a
yeah, they do. There's definitely people who have like coaching and programs, and like
it wasn't $2,600 worth of coaching.
And you still defend her, Randy. That's the worst part. Like, you should be shit. I had an old co-host long time ago.
Because she's a human being.
No.
Rim.
No. She's a terrible person.
We're all human beings.
Okay.
We all have intrinsic worth.
All right, Rand, that's enough. Stop it. Thank you. So, have you ever...
Just neurons firing.
Have you ever encouraged somebody to get into the business? And if so, what words of encouragement do you use to convince them to do it?
No, I never encouraged people. In fact, I've discouraged people because if people are unsure, I just don't think they should do it. And I just want them to remember that the internet is forever, and that it's not if someone in their life finds out, it's when, and that there's actual consequences. So, I mean, we're in an interesting time period with a lot of people who don't identify as sex workers and don't identify as porn stars doing things like OnlyFans and not considering the consequences and not considering everything that goes into it and what might happen afterwards.
Yeah, it's like that mom who got her kid suspended from school because she had an OnlyFans. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I did hear about it. That was really weird.
Bunch of bullshit.
It's awful. I don't know how that affects the kids at school, but whatever. No, yeah, it's dumb.
The person who reported them, who was looking at it, should get suspended.
Somebody's
making like $150K a month.
Yeah, $150K a month.
It was crazy.
And some asshole probably got caught by his wife while he was beating it in front of the computer screen. And she's, oh, well, I got to take her down now and just ruin this.
Who still beats it in front of a computer screen? You have a phone. All right. Okay. Let them record it. Okay. Like, I mean, you've got the phone there. Let them go ahead and record it so that they have it when they need it to turn you into a communist. That's all we got to do.
Well, they're going to be scanning all your photos pretty soon, just for looking for horrible things. Now, I saw you advertise on your Twitter. Can we your Tryst link? Is that something I can ask questions about?
Sure.
Yeah, I appreciate what Tryst is doing. I hadn't heard about it before. Before I saw your link there, and it seems to have taken the place of Backpage and Craigslist. And one of my favorite things in the world to do was just browse. Right. Just to browse, I just like knowing what was around me for people who are offering, offering things. So has that been a successful endeavor for you?
Yeah, it's definitely a successful endeavor. It was really interesting for me when I first started porn to realize that I don't speak for everyone, but the majority of porn stars engage in such activities, and how porn is essentially just an advertisement for that type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a great way. That's a great way to put it. Do you get busy? Do you get?
Yeah, but like not crazy busy. Like it's not like every single day.
Okay. Do you have the weirdos who reach out to you? A lot of them tend to be. I hate identifying, but you get a lot of guys, Middle Eastern.
What are you going to do here, Rim?
You know what I'm doing. Middle Eastern, Indian, or Pakistani, they all seem to find a woman's Twitter or whatever it is and just start commenting on it. Marry me, baby. Oh, baby, you so pretty. Oh, baby, I like fuck you. Like that. And
that happens to me constantly, especially on Instagram.
Yeah. So it's kind of seemed to move to Instagram now, not so much on Twitter, but I still see it now and then. But that drives me crazy.
Guys from
Alexis.
like India.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it. I've heard like some reasons about why that's the thing, and I don't think I fully understand the situation. But I just ignore them, and then I block them if they're too annoying. But like in general, I don't check my DMs, so like my whole inbox will just be like full of stuff like that, and I just delete it occasionally. Yeah,
that's awful.
My theory,
yeah. What is it?
Is that it's the AI that went sentient in 2015, and it's trying to control.
I think in India there's some shortage or like disproportionate, like a lot more men than there are women, and there's a lot of like money arranged marriage situations in play, and I think a lot of
my fiance went to India, and everywhere she went, people wanted a picture with her. So,
and I think a lot of men in India are somehow like barred from dating. I don't know. I don't know the full story.
And they can get on and
my buddy
act a fool.
I'll bleep that. Sorry.
Oh, God damn it.
My brown nipple brother is what I call him. Because we both have brown nipples, and we found this out on a boat party whenever we worked for the Papa John's company. Mm-hmm. So anyways, he stayed in America after he graduated from Oxford. He went to America and got a job at Papa John's and never left because he's ducking an arranged marriage in India. Really? He comes from a very affluent family in India.
He never went back.
Yep. He stayed and now he's, DO for Papa John's.
Yeah.
Good guy.
All right. Well, thank you.
My B&B.
Randy's B&B
for life.
Yeah, that's actually that's so. Has he gone back, Randy, or is that no? He's never gone back since then.
He's visited a couple of times. Like they've worked that out, and I think the problem is for him is that, and this is just me speculating because he'll never hear this. Hopefully, the speculation is that he may be a homosexual and he just isn't comfortable living that, which is really sad. Yeah. And everyone tries to encourage him, to be who he is, but it's a cultural thing.
Absolutely.
That makes it really hard on him.
100%. All right. I'm sure more questions will come to me, Alexis. And so I'll just throw them out there when I feel it. But thank you. Your piercings. Which one of your piercings hurt the most? I'm always curious about piercings.
Probably my philtrum right here, because I had to get it redone a couple times. So like the scar tissue, and you have like a lot of nerves right there, like nerve endings near your mouth.
Yeah, were you pointing to the one on top of your lip there?
Yeah.
That right. Yeah. Oh wow.
You're so much tougher than I am. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah. It's so fast. You've heard it happens so fast. It's not a big deal.
But pain lasts a while.
No, it doesn't.
No, okay.
You think that would look good on me? Let me see if I can find.
You try to find one. So when you had it pierced down below, right?
Uh-huh.
So how does that work when you walk into the piercing shop and say one clitoris hood, please? Or
it was really funny because I had like a regular piercer in San Diego, and he does not care and is a professional, but I was like, I don't want to show my pussy to my regular piercer. So I actually went to like a different piercer to get it.
Really?
At like a random, not completely random, but just like at a different shop instead of my regular person.
So how does that conversation go? Do you have to arrange it on the phone beforehand, or you just walk in ready to go?
No? I mean, some places require appointments in general, but I don't think I had one. I think I just went in and told them that I wanted my VCH done, and it was no big deal.
My work wife just got her nipples pierced recently, and whenever she went in, she told that the guy was tall and she's kind of short, and she's like, "You're gonna have to get down on your knees," and he was like, "No, I'm not," and she took her bra off, and he had to get down on his knees.
Actually, like honestly though, the guy wasn't that professional, and he did like make an inappropriate comment while he was piercing me, and I was like,
"Oh my!"
I was like, haha, like at the time, like I was like, "Oh, that's funny," but like, don't
You're
do
in such
that.
a vulnerable position.
Yeah, don't do that to people.
Like,
Ew.
Yeah.
Be a professional. My God, that's awful. Yeah. What do you have a favorite body part of your own? Like what's your favorite part on your body? If you have one.
I don't really have one.
No? Okay. Yeah, some people
I think I have a nice ass, and I don't take that many pictures of it. Like, I don't like focus on it in my photos, but I probably should.
Yeah. All right. If you need ideas for things to do in the future, hit us up. I'm full of them. All right. Let's see here. So, Randy,
yes, sir.
Do you want to make an announcement regarding the weight loss contest between you and Travis from Roast Mortem Cast?
Oh no.
Yes. What I would like to say is that I am a very busy man working 2 jobs currently, trying to plan a wedding and trying to get my cousin to plan a bachelor party. There's a lot of wheels in motion. I got to go see wrestling like 3 times over the next 3 months too. Super stoked about that, hopefully. And really what I'm saying is I enjoy eating McDonald's daily and I can't give it up. So therefore I am withdrawing from the contest. Travis, you win. You are the better man. You are doing keto and I am not. So, I'm just going to fit into my, Baptist minister suit jacket for the wedding and get a little yellow flower to put in there. And I got some gray slacks that I'll wear and, maybe I'll get a yellow tie, who knows? And that'll be what I wear.
Okay.
And I can fit into that no matter what happens. Although I do have to face my doctor. I have to get back on the T rim. I need your help.
I told you to get back on the T. You don't need a doctor to tell you to get back on the T.
It's hard to remember.
Come on, Randy.
It's hard to I got 3 bottles of the shit laying around.
All right. Listen, I need you to get back to the notepad and take notes for the OnlyFans that we're going to start because you got to listen to this next question because this is something you're going to do. Alexis, have you done feeding videos before?
Yeah, I have.
You have. Okay. All right. So Randy, I don't know if you know what this is, but some people really enjoy watching
the Japanese are into it, aren't they?
Yeah, Japanese are into lots of things.
Like I saw something on TV. Yeah, right. Like farting. So really love a good fart.
Right. Alexis, so doing a feeding video. First of all, do you enjoy it? And second of all, are there certain foods you would just prefer to eat when doing a video like that, or does it whatever the person requests, or like how does that whole thing work?
It's a lot. Some people are really into the like feeder, like weight gaining lifestyle, and they're like legitimately super into it. I'm not super into it personally, but I don't mind doing it. Like it's no big deal. So sometimes I don't really get a ton of custom video requests for those. I find that the fans of like the feeding community are kind of cheap, to be honest. Like I feel like they just like videos for like less money. And so what I do now is if I'm gonna eat something anyway, like if I'm like, oh, I'm super hungry and I went to this restaurant and I got like an appetizer and a dessert and like everything, I'll just film it anyway, like because it's convenient for me. Right. But sometimes in the past, I have like done little tricks. Like I had a custom video where a guy wanted me to do like a weight gain shake, like put a bunch of like protein in it and put a bunch of ice cream in it. And so like I set it up so that it could appear as if that's what I was making, but I actually used different ingredients and just made like a healthy shake instead and like chugged that. Yeah.
That's great. I love that.
I just got a like whole milk container and put like almond milk in it beforehand and just was like, oh yeah, the whole container of whole milk or whatever. So.
Have you ever tried Huel, Human Fuel?
No, I haven't tried it.
It's a meal replacement. Man, I tried to do that. I did it for 1 whole week. I was a vegan. And then it started coming out of every orifice that I had, just about.
Oh no.
It was pretty terrible. So I had to give that up. But I hear that it's good if you don't try it. Like I was doing it for every meal. I guess that's not a good plan.
Your body probably wasn't used to it.
Yeah, it was an all liquid diet. Like I just sipped it for hours.
That's a really big change. That's a really big change.
Well, I'm an all or nothing guy, you know? Fuck yes or no, if you will.
Randy lives his life 100 miles an hour at a time. Is that how it goes? Quarter mile. What is the guy?
Quarter mile at a time.
Yeah, that's it. All right.
And I love family. Family's everything. We can accomplish anything with family.
That's right.
Rim your family.
Thank you. Your family too, buddy. I had a friend, Alexis, many years ago who tried out to do not tried out who attempted doing iFriends. You ever heard of iFriends? It's like
no,
one of
I
the
haven't.
first. It's one of the first camming sites, and this is back in the early 2000s. And he wasn't getting any. Yeah, he couldn't get any women to watch him because women don't appeal. It doesn't seem like women look at as much porn as men do. Well, back then, anyways. So he would have. Yeah, I think it's probably changed. This is a long time ago. So he wasn't attracting any females. So he turned the thing over. So he had men come in to watch him, and they would ask him to shove stuff up his butt. And instead of actually doing it, he would make like a drumstick. He would make it make it appear. I don't know how he did it, but he'd make it appear like it was going in, and it kind of fool him on the camera. Yeah. So this
is oddly specific, brother.
What is it? It's like people reusing condoms because they like to jerk off in them. It's awful, Randy. So we have the first podcast I ever did, Alexis, was a World of Warcraft themed advice podcast. Right? We listened. World of Warcraft players would write my partner and I letters, and we would give them advice on situations with people. Right? All right. So we've carried that over into the Rich Dickman Show, where we like to give advice to our listeners, and they write in. We read their emails, and would you like to help us give advice tonight? That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah. Okay. All right, great. So I gotta play the bumper because the bumper guy still gets paid, Randy. I don't know how he worked that one out, but he does. All right.
You want segments? We've got segments. It's Thinking with Your Dickman.
Randy, you got a cat on your head.
This is Boots. Puss in Boots. The cat.
Yeah, get a hat on him. I like the hat and the boots. Okay, so Jasmine writes in to us. Hey boys, I love your sexy voices. Think you'll ever come to Des Moines for a live show so I can see your sexy faces in person? Wow, that's very nice, Jasmine. Thank you. Probably not, but maybe. Anyway, on to my question.
2026.
Yeah, buddy. So I have this girlfriend who claims she can tell what a man had to eat that day by the taste of his semen. Oh, God. I don't think it's true. So I'm wondering if you have any.
It's true.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right. I don't think it's true. So I'm wondering if you have any insight into the matter. And for the record, this is not a Rem Drinks Cum bit. Also, if Adam from Houston is on this episode, tell him to get a new bit. He brings that up so often. Sometimes I wonder if he drinks cum. Please help me find out whether my girlfriend is telling the truth or not. I would also like it if you could give her a shout out in the show. Delilah, you're a dirty skank, and I love you, girl. Okay.
Hey there, Miss Delilah, la 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 la.
Randy, don't
Ooh. Isn't that how it goes?
Yeah, we have guests though. Don't do that. Thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah. So this is something I had heard of before, where if you drink a lot of pineapple juice, it kind of sweetens the taste of your man juice, so to speak. But Alexis, so sorry. I'm a little distracted looking at the camera there. I'm sorry. But you said that it is true. So tell us what you know.
So for me, it's true with men and women. And it's not necessarily super specific for me necessarily where you're like, oh, they ate exactly this thing. But especially like their health in general, you can really tell. Like a few years, this was a long time ago, actually. I was eating this girl's pussy and she'd had with dinner I think she had a steak or something, and she had a lot of sauteed onions, and like her pussy fully tasted like onions. Like you can tell, and I can tell like dudes who are like really dehydrated or like do not take care of themselves, their jizz is like super disgusting. So 100%
Hey babe, how does my jizz taste?
Randy, you're doing it again.
Shit, sorry, I thought I was muted.
100%
I thought I muted. I
this is a real
apologize.
thing. I don't know about the pineapple thing and the sweetness, but I can definitely tell if with men and women if they take care of themselves or like eat healthy or not.
So many more questions. The onions thing, was it the good kind of onions or was it the bad kind of onions?
I feel like it was fine. It wasn't like awful, but like it was definitely notable.
Yeah. Okay. I had first heard of
Was
this
a Funyun
from,
onion, you know.
Back in what was her? There was, I believe she was a BBW adult star named Kim Kelly. She was going to do the man juice diet, and she promoted it on the Howard Stern show. This is probably 2005, 2006. And her thing was she was going to line up appointments all over the country, meet men, and just partake in their offerings, you know, just eating cum, right? Just to lose weight. And what she had said was make sure you drink plenty of pineapple juice because that makes it much easier to get down. And the whole thing. So yeah, I've always, that one is always stuck in my head. Pineapple juice makes it taste better. And also celery helps the volume of it. I don't, have you heard?
Oh, I haven't heard of the celery thing.
No?
I haven't heard of the celery thing. The pineapple juice thing is definitely like a trope. I feel like that's like a well-known trope that like a lot of people have like repeated over the years. I don't know if it's really true. My thing is just like drink enough water. If you don't drink water and you're dehydrated, like no.
Nothing.
Or if you eat a lot of like junk food, no.
Does Red Bull count?
Oh my God. I had an ex who literally only ever drank Red Bull and vodka. Like, I think that's literally all he ever drank in his entire life. And it wasn't good.
No, that's a dangerous drink too. You get a couple of those too many. Yeah. I used to do a show called Liquor Fueled. This is back years ago. And we made what the hell did we make, Randy? We would make drinks and then drink them on the show.
Scorpion bowls?
No, it was the one where we used
Four Loko.
It was either Four Loko or something with energy drinks in it. Whatever it was, my buddy.
You put caffeine pills in the Four Loko.
Yeah, caffeine pills plus energy drinks. And like at the end of the show, I couldn't. I was like this. It's like 2 a.m. and I'm shaking because all that shit he put in there. That's dangerous. When it's really disgusting, Alexis, is it disgusting in so much that you need to just retch right there, or is it just like a rotten egg type of taste, or like as someone who's never?
I don't think it's ever been that gross.
No.
But that's definitely a reason why I don't like enjoy like cum in my mouth or anything. Also, I have a really funny story. Like when I was younger, I felt like I could swallow cum and it was fine, but now it kind of upsets my stomach. So like I will spit it, but only because I don't want to get an upset stomach. And I try not to offend people. Like I'll tell them before. I'm gonna spit, but it's not like, no offense to you. It's just like I'm old now and my stomach hurts when I swallow.
Wow. So is it an immediate type of stomach hurt, or is it like a few minutes after? Like that's fascinating.
It depends. Like it depends on what time of day it is, like how much food I've eaten. But I don't. Yeah. I feel like it upsets my stomach now.
Oh, okay. All right. The joke in there is a bunch of guys. They set up a website that was remdrinkscum.com and went to another podcast. So that's the context of where that came from. I don't know why people make fun of me a lot and they have fun. I take it well. It's coming back, assholes. I'm going to get you back one day. Right. Stop it. Not in front of the guests, please. Have you ever had sex with somebody with no chin?
Yeah, my ex.
Yeah. Oh God.
But he had like a beard. He had like a beard thing going on. So, you know.
Did he?
To hide it.
Like a full beard, or just like a.
It wasn't full, but it was. You could tell like he was hiding it with his beard.
There's a very good reason why I only do straight on appearances. I don't do anything from the side because I have an awful side profile. So when I'm taking the Ram Dickman promo shoots, Randy, remember this? It's going to be right at the camera, like that type of.
Nothing but side profile. I got you, buddy.
No.
I got that in the notes.
Oh Christ. Okay. So thank you. We've answered Jasmine's question. That's not why
I was going to abstain from advice.
No,
because I've never tasted. Well, I never tasted. I mean, I've accidentally tasted my own by once or twice, but it wasn't intentional. No. you know, it was pretty salty and kind of reminded me of a menthol cigarette. Does that mean I'm healthy?
A menthol cigarette? I don't think I've ever had like a minty experience before.
I chew a lot of gum. Could it be that? I like the little ice cubes.
Maybe.
I'll ask around.
Ask, yeah. You know what? Again, put in the notes. We'll do a pineapple juice experiment on our OnlyFans. Okay. So another thing we do here, Alexis, is that we have some people will send us news stories or stories that happen in their life, and we'll try to determine who the dick of the week is. Now, lately, it's only been one story or here or there, so it's very easy to decide, but it's always interesting to hear what the story is. We have a friend of the show. We call her Hot Drummer News Babe because she's hot. She's a drummer. She used to do news, and she sends us news stories. And so let's get into
Is this similar to Am I the Asshole on Reddit?
Maybe.
Are you familiar with that subreddit?
Kind of,
Am I the Asshole? It's like a It's like a forum where people can like submit a story and be like, was I the asshole in this situation or not?
Yeah, but instead of the person writing about their own experiences, the news organization is writing about the person.
Okay, sounds good.
Most of them are assholes. Okay, let's that one. I am so out of practice.
Love that subreddit. Good call out.
It is now time to introduce this week's finalists for Dick of the Week. And here is our first nominee.
Hey, Rem. Hey, Randy. It's Mars. Long time no talk. Good to be here. So here I go with a really interesting, I guess, Dick of the Week. It's a little oldish. It's from late July, but it's so good I had to share. So here we go. An Indonesian man with COVID-19 boarded a flight, and this was in late July, disguised as his wife, complete with a niqab to cover his face, fake IDs, and best of all, a negative PCR test result. However, the cover didn't last long after a flight attendant noticed the man change his clothes in the bathroom and I guess told police. So the local police chief explained that he bought the ticket under his wife's name and brought her identity card, the PCR test result, her vaccination card, all with his wife's name on them. So the man was arrested upon landing. I don't even know how he got on the plane, by the way. So he's arrested when they got landed. Police took him for a COVID test. And of course, it came back positive. And this is why we're all doomed. What a dick. Have a great show. Talk to you soon. And, keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on. Thank you, HDNB. Did she say that guy was from India?
Yeah.
Indonesia.
Okay. All right. Yeah, total dick. I think we're going to see a lot more of people doing things like that as mandates and requirements and all that other stuff is coming. Alexis, how did this whole last 18 months affect your business? Did you have to shut down for a little while, or as I know other people kind of struggled a little bit just doing solo content?
I shot a whole lot of solo content at my house. I tried really hard to find several different angles of my cam room to try to figure out how to make it not look like I only shot in that one area. But I had OnlyFans before that, but I wasn't like super involved in it. And I was really happy with like my fans in general and impressed by how many people were still buying porn and spending money, even though a lot of people were like on unemployment or lost their jobs or like whatever. And I was surprised by how well I was still doing with just doing that. So that was really awesome, actually.
Okay. Yeah. You probably maybe learned a new skill or two. Yeah. At the same, right? You got more experience editing, right?
Oh, I mean, I always like, even before that, I edited a lot of my own things, but It was interesting getting back to shooting after that, because I think it took me a little longer than other people to get back into things, and not like fully relearning, but kind of like remembering how to do stuff and interact with people, and being on big sets again, being like, oh, okay, I know how to do this. I got this. Like, I remember.
The whole adjustment and getting back in. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
That's what it was like going back to the office, man. It was like, like coming back from a zombie apocalypse. You know what I mean? Like a year in the house.
Yeah.
And then just walking back in and having to see people again and interact with them and act like you don't hate them. Well, I don't hate them, but I don't care.
Plus, you get I got kind of lazy and like comfortable just doing a bunch of solo stuff at home. And then when I had to go shoot hardcore again, I was like, oh, okay, I'll do it.
Right. I rolled out of bed at 9 a.m.
My God, you guys.
In gym shorts. And walked in and started doing my work. It was the best.
Yeah, it was great.
I miss it dearly. I took an hour nap on lunch. Yeah, like I miss lockdown. Like the pandemic was great for me. I'm sorry that so many people died. That's terrible. It really is. And I would trade it if I could. But since it didn't, since this is the timeline we're in, it was great for me. You know, we got all the stimulus. My girlfriend got furloughed for 6 months, or my fiance then, it was then girlfriend. Fiance got furloughed for 6 months and unemployment paid her more than she made at her job. So that was cool.
It was nice for me too, because you were able to pull clips for the show and do all that fun stuff. And now you can't do it anymore. Because I never stopped, Randy. It was
great for my mental health, Rim.
Every day, never took a sick day.
Now I'm back at it and I'm delivering pizzas. And I'm going to the office and I'm delivering pizzas tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to sleep 4 hours tonight, get up, drive to the office.
Hold on, I want to impress Alexis.
Get out of the office and go deliver pizzas. Oh.
Alexis, I never took a sick day, all right? I had people around me catching COVID in December, all right? Like one by one, everyone's going down. So I had to go get tested, and I was negative. And they told me I couldn't come back to work for 14 days. But I'm negative, and you need me. Like, no. So that was the only time I got off was right before Christmas to New Year's. I had 2 weeks for free. I'll take it. It was nice. But yeah, every day. Every day.
I got 2 weeks paid, but they made me work from home during the 2 weeks. And I was like, okay, I mean, it's not that bad.
Oh, really?
I got to work from home the other day. That was pretty cool.
Okay.
I had a sick kid. Sick kiddo. It was the worst. I hate when they throw up because they're just so sad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but getting back to this guy getting on the plane. That's pretty dickish. And it's all we got a big problem coming now with people changing their identities to take a flight, printing out vaccine cards. You know, a lot of weird stuff is happening, and we all thought we were all done.
We just got to microchip everybody, and that'll keep it easy.
Yeah. How do you feel about all this, Alexis? Are you kind of in favor of the microchip idea, or are you kind of over everything? So, like, can we just move on with our lives and while also being careful, obviously.
I'm pretty in favor of personal freedoms, but I'm also in favor of private businesses being allowed to make their own rules. So I understand that like some people can't get vaccinated or don't want to get vaccinated. But like if you're a non-essential business and you want to tell people like you have to be vaccinated or you can't come, like that's your right, you know? So I think it'll be interesting to see how travel unfolds, especially considering how our current vaccines are only really geared towards protecting us the best from the Alpha variant. And especially now with the Delta variant and subsequent variants that will inevitably develop and it being less effective against them, I think it's kind of not a moot point. And people should definitely still get vaccinated, but I think it will be tough to come to like one system that makes sense moving forward and one system that makes sense for more than like a month or two at a time.
Yeah. I had to study the whole Greek alphabet to get ready for all the variants. And I'm really looking forward to the Sigma variant. I just like Sigma, because it was Megaban, Randy. I don't know if you know that. God, Randy, that picture face kills me when you do that shit, man. So I'm with you there. Like a lot of people have some crazy ideas about me. Like I am personal freedom and private business. So you make up your own rules. Like I'm the type of guy, like if some guy wants to open up a bar that only caters to Nazis, he should totally be allowed to do it. But guess what? The market's going to put him out of business because no one's going to go, right? Like the market will determine most of those things for you. I'm not saying I want people to open up Nazi businesses, please. That's not what I'm saying. But you should be able to open up the business you want.
I'm going to clip that out of
Jesus
context.
Christ.
Blackmail you.
Okay.
I need $1,500 by next Friday, Rim.
my whole thing, the day the government decides they know what's best for you is the day you need a new government. Like I can't stand our politicians.
We already need a new government, but yeah, I agree.
Yes. This one's old. It's broken.
Let me live my life. I know what's best for my family. And if the local municipality wants to put their own things in charge, fine. Because it's whatever. It's dumb. Everything's stupid and sucks. But okay, enough of that nonsense.
Ain't it a thing? Life, ain't it a thing? Are we doing Rick and Morty this week, or were you too disappointed? I thought it was amazing.
Hold on, I did see it. Alexis, do you watch Rick and Morty at all?
Yeah, I do. I don't know if I'm caught up though. The most recent one I watched, I think was the most recent one, but I'm not 100% sure about it. But
was it the one with the ferret Gotrons?
No, maybe I am behind.
Okay. Well,
have you seen the giant incest baby?
Oh yeah.
Okay. The giant incest baby is really important in this episode.
Yeah. They did these out of order. And this is why I couldn't, like, Randy watched it Sunday. I didn't watch it live, and I couldn't find it for 2 days because they went 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and then down to 4. Yeah. So
that's just bad design, asshole design.
All right. Cause they're all right. Anyway, so we don't want to spoil it for Alexis, do we?
No,
I don't know if there's much to spoil. Are you sure? Okay, because this is the thing Randy loves doing. Because he loves doing his Rick and Morty review, and I think it's great. Somebody's got to pull him back off the train track. So, all right, Randy, go for it. Or do you want my thoughts first?
This episode had ADHD. All right, ADHD. All right, because it started off they were going to Boob World, and then all of a sudden Rick finds the last ferret Gotron in the universe, and he picks it up, and he has to pick it up, and Morty's like, "No, Rick, we're going to Boob World," and he said, "Well, if you really want to go to Boob World, we'll go, Morty." And Morty said, "Okay, I really want to go," and then Rick said, "We're not going because you broke my heart," and then they picked up the ferret. And they brought it back, and the family went out and they fought a giant monster, and they killed ridiculous. It was the best time of their life. What?
Is that they didn't want to do anything at first, right? Like, oh, we don't want to do that. And then
right.
They got it, yeah. And then they killed a monster, and like, oh, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah. And they killed a monster, and it was like a Megazord from Power Rangers. It was great. So you had that. So then Rick decided that he wanted to build more Gotrons from other universes. So he got 5 families together. So there was a mafioso thing going. And then there was some Scarface themes, some Goodfellas, like it was all converging. So he got the 5 families together. He helped them find the last Gotrons in their universes. And he made a go Gotron. But of course he pissed off Hothead Rick. Oh yeah. Then he pissed off Hothead Rick, which is important later. And he brought in Yo-Yo Rick, who's going to be a new cult favorite. And so Summer was supporting him through all this, and Morty was kind of getting on the back burner because he wasn't, and they were doing a voiceover the whole time, which, it was it was a good fella type voiceover. And they, Summer started supporting Rick with snorting detergent.
Get to the end.
And, yes. So at the end, he made the go Gotron, but the family almost dies. And then there's the final scene where the Giant Monster Academy is like, okay, nobody's ever returned from this program. You're going to go through this portal and you're going to yell the cure for AIDS. This is our service to the universes. And so the giant bug comes through and he's yelling the cure to AIDS, and we kill them every time. And all they're trying to do is tell us the cure to AIDS. And they don't know that they're giant because in their world, they're just normal size.
Right. So, Alexis, when you're watching these monster movies, right, or when the monsters come to Earth and it looks like they're attacking and screaming and everything, they're actually shouting the cure to AIDS so that we may cure AIDS in our lifetime. Instead, we don't listen and we just kill them because that's what we do as human beings.
Well,
we kill. It's different.
We kill a lot of doctors and scientists who have cures for things, in my opinion, but I might be sort of a conspiracy theorist.
Oh boy, we can get
Do tell.
Yeah, let's do bonus episodes in the future.
We still haven't settled Dick of the Week.
because they can make a lot more money off ripping off people for life-saving medications their entire life than they can curing cancer and AIDS.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
Right.
they got to keep the money coming in.
They
Yeah.
they don't want to cure, they want to treat the symptoms.
Yeah.
And I am entangled in the mental health industrial complex myself. They get me for one pill's $1,200 a month, and luckily I have good insurance. But and I have therapy appointments every 2 weeks. Like, the stuff adds up quick, and it shouldn't be that expensive. But then again, we have the best outcomes, so it's kind of it's kind of a tough balance, but they shouldn't have more money than the emperors of Egypt,
No.
the pharaohs.
It should be not for profit, right?
But they do.
Yeah. But
Or
Yeah, we
just,
need to
like,
nationalize it.
affordable. Or just like affordable. Like, it's super disgusting that people are like dying from rationing their insulin or similar things like that.
yeah, no, you're absolutely right. The cost of insulin is fucking insane, and that's criminal. But we won't do anything about it because we got to pay off our politicians. Here you go, keep things coming our way. Yeah, it's awful. Anyways, back to Rick and Morty. Randy, the episode lost me when they were gathering, when they made the Gogotron thing. But at the end, brought me back with the monsters and the whole you're free.
Oh, and I missed the
enjoyed it.
best part.
Oh,
The voiceovers were voiceovertrons or something like that, or voiceotoxins. They were parasites inside of Summer and Morty.
that's right. I forgot.
Yeah, and Rick killed them. So it was I thought it was a really good Rick and Morty episode. I had a lot of fun, but it had ADHD. They were with so many different themes, and he was Scarface at the end. I forgot all about the anime people, Rick, or shit, Rim.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I'm sorry, Rim.
Yeah, it's fine.
The anime people, like so Rick kicks Summer out and fires. He fires the family.
Oh,
and he
yes, I know
hires
what
from
you're
a temp agency.
Yeah, I
and
thought
it's
you
the
were about something
anime
else.
people that tried to beat up Morty.
Yeah, and one of them,
They tried to get Morty to flip.
one of them's like one of the original Voltron characters too, the yellow guy.
Yeah. And and they take over the Gotron, and they are about to kill Rick when Summer shows up with the giant incest baby and kicks the Gotron, and it punts him all the way to Mars and saves Rick. So
Because she was drawn
End-
to take care of
end
her
scene.
child. End scene.
So the giant incest baby was good for something.
Yeah.
yeah, it comes back because the government tried to turn it into a weapon, but Summer taught it to love.
It's all over
And
the place. This episode's even crazier when you recap it.
I do what I can. It just comes to me in this order, Rim.
No, but it's the order is,
And I'm
the
really
episode.
high, so give me
It's
a
all-
break.
All right, man. All right. All right. So Alexa's one from one TV show to another. So I've had Randy taking notes all show on for starting our Rich Dickman OnlyFans. Okay. And as a professional, I figure we'll ask you a couple questions. Okay. Number one, are guys going to make any money doing an OnlyFans? Like,
Yeah, I think guys can definitely make money doing glamp. I think I know a couple male porn stars who I feel like are good at it and have enough content to.
we're
make
not
something
Shane
happen.
Diesel though. Like, I mean, it's impressive, but it's not a football.
I
You know what I'm saying?
honestly think fans like pro-am stuff. I think that it's just not like mainstream and they don't talk about it a lot, but I think they like to see more real stuff, honestly. I like more real stuff.
Okay. So, all right. So if you're browsing, if you're browsing porn, all right, and you see just a dude just standing there behind his podcast microphone, just doing his thing, like, is that something you're going to watch, or are you going to just keep going? Because that's not interesting.
No, I'm definitely not into solo dude stuff. And
Yeah.
I think like your friend you were mentioning, like solo dude stuff turns into gay stuff a lot. I don't think there's a huge solo dude stuff market that women are into.
All right. So that's what I was looking. All right. It's Randy. No solo stuff. All right. And we're not doing stuff with each other.
Speak for yourself, baby. I'm Harry.
Because I
If
don't
you
like
want,
them.
Somebody will be into it.
I think like if your market is mostly gay men, you could totally do some solo stuff, especially if you were down for like anal stuff. Even
Yeah,
with
people
like
love
toys
watching-
or by yourself.
Yeah. That's something everybody likes, is watching people shove things in their ass. right?
Yeah.
Yep, that's an exit. Exit only for me.
Get out of here, Randy. We're not going to make any money without an open mind. Okay. God damn. All right. So Randy and I running this OnlyFans. All right. Rich Dickman OnlyFans, and solo stuff isn't going to sell well. So we need to meet models. Right. So,
Yeah.
do we reach out to established people and say, hey, I've learned that we need to have a presence on the internet anyway. So we need to have like some pictures of us and penis and all that sort of stuff to show models like yourself that we're serious about this, right? Which we're not. This is all hypothetical. But should we be like putting an ad? Craigslist doesn't exist anymore. Like, and meeting somebody who wanted to shoot with us, who's local, right? Who's not a professional. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it very amateur.
Maybe.
I'd start with Tinder.
Tinder. Oh yeah, you could do some Tinder stuff. Yeah. That's a good idea, actually. I know a lot of girls who did like sort of like set up Tinder stuff. Like they're like, yeah, you can fuck me, but I'm gonna film it.
Oh really? That's
yeah.
At least yeah. I didn't know you could advertise. I don't use Tinder, so I didn't know you could. Is that something you can do? That's cool. Yeah, awesome. All right. I guess yeah. So
I'll try and talk my work wife into it, Rim, and then you can edit her videos. Okay, she already does pure romance, so yeah. She's like Sarah Starr. That next step.
Oh, is that selling the sex toys? Is that what that is?
Yeah, she's a dildo dealer, self-proclaimed.
Nice. Just like your fiance used to be. Cool. All right. So if Randy and I, we got the Rich Dickman OnlyFans going, and we're looking to create content. All right. We don't have anything to, we don't have a name to trade off of yet. But how do we reach out? How does the process go? Like for you, for example, I know you do all your research, and you could be very picky. It sounds like, and we have every right to be. So we said, hey, it's Rem and Randy from the Rich Dickman Show. We have an OnlyFans. We'd like to film a scene with Alexis Allure. Like, what's the process then? Like, is there an interview or like, how does that go?
I don't know. I'm really picky. Like, I don't even really shoot with new people that much, especially if they're like, I just have OnlyFans. But maybe you could look for like other newer models who are down. And then you would just start with your discussion like, oh, what sells for you? Like, oh, is it this kind of scene or this kind of scene? And like, or even like maybe like paying a couple girls to start. So then you have some scenes where like established models can look at them and be like, okay, they shot with this girl. Like it looked good. I can tell they're not creepy.
Makes sense. Okay. All right.
All we got to do, Rim, is join a motorcycle gang.
Oh,
we got to join a motorcycle gang. Yeah.
What is that? Is that, what's that about?
Yeah. We'll get all the female talent that we need.
Oh, okay. You know what?
I've been watching a lot of Sons of Anarchy. That's a trippy show.
Get a motorcycle,
get a nice cut.
Gang jacket. All right. Thank you for that, Alexis. I just love asking questions how it all gets started. It's always fascinating. It's so much. You learn so much. It's great. All right, let's get into voicemails and we'll wrap up the show. We just have the one voicemail, but we got to play it because when they send a voicemail, we play it. And that's. Do I want to do the whole?
Oh, I'm worried about
bumper?
this.
Why? I don't want to do the bumper.
I don't know.
I'm not going to do the bumper because it's too long.
Do the bumper. He's got to get paid.
This makes me laugh.
Thanks for calling the Dickman line at 860-316-4776. Please leave a message after the beep. It's voicemails.
All right. Well, we got voicemails. It's too long, right? I love it, but it's too long, especially when we have a guest here who just, they don't need all that. All right. Here's a voicemail.
Guys, this is Adam from Houston, and you really let me down this time.
What?
I can't believe you let Walter on your show. This dude is a slanderous piece of shit that has just said so many terrible things about Rennies. You really let me down this time.
Do you know what a Rennie is, Alexis?
No.
No, it's someone who frequents the Ren Fair, the Renaissance Fair.
Oh, Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I do
we had a
know.
guest on our show. He worked at the Renaissance Fair quite a bit.
I used to work at the Renaissance Fair.
Did you? The next question.
Holy shit!
What was your role?
Yeah, it's really fun. I just was like a townsperson.
Duh.
I was just a townsperson, and I would like wander around and heckle people, and it was really fun. And I also used to work at like a clothing store there too.
Really? Was your outfit very demure, or was it very sexy? Like, were you pushing the girls up? Like...
Yeah, it's really sexy because you wear a bodice, and it's really tight, and then your boobs are like at your chin. Yeah, it's great.
Right. And awesome. So we've got another Rennie here, Adam from Houston, and she's not saying anything bad about them. Did you know Adam from Houston?
It was so fun. No.
I gotta talk shit about Adam real quick, but how often did you do the Ren Fair? Was it just a couple times, or just the once, or?
For a couple years, I would go every weekend of the season, so it'd be like 7 or 8 weekends a year.
Did they make mushroom tea that got you high on mushrooms? Because that's what they did for Walter. Right?
They probably did, but I didn't have any.
No, okay, good. You're better off. All right. Hey, check out Who Gives a Shit this weekend.
That sounds like a good time.
Now. I can say this now because you're not going to hear this. It's not a spoiler because you have already listened to the show. But Adam from Houston went to a nudist encampment, a nudist colony. He went to a nudist colony last week for vacation. And I got to say, God bless you, Adam from Houston.
We got one local.
Yeah, he looks like me naked, basically, and I don't like taking my shirt off. So if he's able to do it, I think I can do it too. So,
dude, even I take my shirt off.
You should do it. I want to go. That sounds so fun.
There was
one in Hillsboro.
In Vermont. My grandparents lived in Vermont when I was growing up, and they lived on the side of a lake, and that lake was the New England's largest nudist colony. It was at that lake. So we'd take a boat out, and then you go by, you take a boat and you row past all the nudies, as we'd call them, and they're there on the rocks having fun. Good times.
Nice.
Good times.
That'd be freeing.
Right. It would be. You know what? Everybody needs to be naked, right?
Yeah.
I can get past it. Yeah. Randy, that'll be your OnlyFans. Just two dudes standing around comfortable in their own nakedness.
Remember when you guys used to watch Primitive Life? We'll do that naked.
What I watch?
Well, you watch Primitive Life with Huel.
Oh,
yeah, they would
Primitive Life. Yep.
Yeah, we'll build a hut out of bamboo in the woods and naked. And we'll put it on YouTube.
Right. Alexis,
we'll blur it out.
Thank you so much for coming on this show tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Have you ever watched Primitive Life on YouTube?
I have not.
It's Primitive Skills. No, the primitive stuff's great. Please go ahead and plug anything you want to plug. Your websites, Twitter, all that stuff, where we can go and we can see more of you, quite literally.
Oh, yeah. You can follow me on Twitter. It's at Alexis Allure. That's Alexis with 3 X's. You can also join my OnlyFans. It's onlyfans.com/Alexis Allure. And that is also Alexis with 3 X's.
Awesome. And that's, you don't have a website or anything. It's just Twitter and in the OnlyFans.
I do, but you can find everything on my Twitter. I have like all my links at the top. So it'd be a lot if I listed all of them.
All right. And I'll post Alexis's link on the episode post at richdickman.com. All right. Randy, say the words, buddy.
There was a story I wanted to tell you about my fat cramp. Do I have time for that?
Yeah, it's not a 10-minute story, is it? Just a couple. It's quick.
I don't know. Probably 2.5, 3.5, maybe 4 minutes.
Okay,
maybe
keep 5. It under 4 minutes.
Maybe
is that okay,
6.
Alexis?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Well, okay. So I got off work and I was in a hurry. I got off work early because I wanted to go see my buddy because I bought. I made a purchase from him because he was doing a wholesale. So, anyways, I did that, and also he might be going away for a little while on Monday. So I wanted to go see him
Randy,
and see how he was.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I get out and I needed to go hit up the ATM. So I stop at a gas station and I have to piss. So I go into piss and, I got a hold and I'm going, and all of a sudden I get a double fat cramp on both sides, and I'm like doubled over in pain. And my unit decides he's done. He just zips back up inside me, and I can't get a grip on him, and it just goes everywhere. And I pissed all over myself. It was terrible.
God. Oh,
yeah,
that's awful.
I had to go get a haircut that way. It was the worst. It was a terrible day. And it took me, like, I literally laid in front of, like, I reclined my seat, like, and massaged my fat cramps away in front of my buddy's house. And he came out and asked me what the fuck I was doing. It was, my fat turned against me today. It wins this battle, but not the war. I will still enjoy my McDonald's breakfast in the morning if I can afford it.
Do they do breakfast bagels where you are?
Nope.
No, god damn it. Do you have them out there in Vegas, the breakfast bagels, Alexis?
Yeah, sure.
At McDonald's?
I don't
that would be a coup.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't go to McDonald's anymore.
I don't go to McDonald's.
I got a beetle on the desk.
I don't go to McDonald's.
What's that mean?
I don't think they have bagels there.
Yeah. The breakfast bagel used to be the best thing in the world, and then they got rid of it, and it's awful. Okay, Randy, thank you for that. I'm sorry you had fat cramps and you pissed all over yourself, buddy. I hope you changed your pants before the show.
Absolutely. Took a whole change of underwear and everything.
Say the words, and I'm not spending 10 minutes after.
Put on my Rich Dickman Show shirt.
Thank you. Randy, let's wrap it up, Randy.
All right, let's bring this baby home.
Thank you all so much for listening to The Rich Dickman Show, and thank you to the beautiful Alexis Allure for joining us tonight. This was a great interview. Thank you so much. You're a lot of fun, and if you had fun, I hope you did. We'd love to have you back sometime, because super interesting, and the best part is, like, you're getting into the topics that I wanted to get into before I ever got there. It's like, boom, wavelength. That's great. That's all you can ask for. So if you like what we do and you want to support the show, please tell a friend and leave a review on your podcast player of choice. And if you like us even more than that, patreon.com/richdickman, at patreon.com/richdickman. You can see the video of this show. You can see the beautiful Alexis Allure joining us. And you can see the pre-show where Randy called his cousin and asked him to be his best man live on the show. And I don't know if we got his permission, but it's okay because it's only on Patreon. But you can check that out. And we got some bonus episodes and another Liquor Fueled coming as it's August. We got new ones. Coming. RichDickman.com for all your Rich Dickman needs. Get out there, click the merch tab, get yourself a t-shirt. You can go on Amazon.com, search Rich Dickman, get the Eat the Rich t-shirt. Eat them, eat the rich. They're tasty. But everything you need is at richdickman.com, our YouTube links and our shows and all that fun stuff. richdickman.com. Make sure you listen to our friends at Who Gives a Shit with Crippled Jesus and Adam from Houston. Again, Adam from Houston is at a nudist camp. Learn all about that. That's a great show, episode 26 this weekend. And I'm going to pull an Adam here, Randy. Hey, Adam, when do I get to be on Who Gives a Shit with you guys? When you come on my show, you invite other people to your show already. And also check our friends at
whenever you want. I'm glad you asked.
Damn it. I didn't even know you were there.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Yeah. You didn't notice? That's hilarious. No. Rim talking shit up in here and don't even know what's going on. He stepped in it tonight.
God damn. And check out our friends Not For Human Consumption podcast as well. RichDickmanShow at gmail.com or at Rich Dickman Show on Twitter. You can find executive producer Randy at Sir0 with an E on Twitter or Sir0 with an E at gmail.com. At Ryan TRDS is producer Ryan. My mother, of course, is at Rem_Mama. I am at Rem Dickman. Alexis, it is at Alexis Allure with 3 X's.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. All right. Make sure you check out Alexis Allure. She is wonderful. And Randy, if someone wants to join us live every week or leave a voicemail, how do they do that?
Well, first of all, I would like to say Roast Mortem Cast represent gang gang. All right. Whatever that means. Secondly, they can join the Discord at bit.do/TRDS1. That's bit.do/TRDS1. And we'll be there 10 p.m. Eastern recording the show. You get all the content that the patrons get, but you get it for free just because you show up. And you can call and leave a voicemail like people did at 860-316-4776. That's 860-316-4776.
All right, Alexis, get ready because it's coming. Thank you all for listening. We'll be back next week with something fun. I'm sure it will be. Hope you all enjoyed this. Alexis, thank you again. Thank you, Randy. Good night.
See ya.
Boosh.
Awesome.
Finally,
we got it. We got it.
Finally.
We didn't have to. Yeah. Dude, thank you, Alexis.
God, how many takes did that get for that to actually get off? Like 7 or something?
And we sat Alexis down before we even started tonight, and we said, "Listen, all right, we got to
Not the first time you've done that, though.
No, that's true. But she's the best guest we've had in a very long time. So,
it was easy to remember. It was only 2 words.
Yeah. See, thank you. Everybody forgets all the time, but there he is. No, that's okay. Yeah, Alexis, thank you. That was great, and I hope you had a good time. And
I did. Thank you. Send me the
that was awesome. Thank you.
Send me the link when you guys are done editing and stuff, and I'll definitely promote it on Twitter and stuff so my fans can find you.
Awesome. Can I tag you on Twitter too? Because some people get weird.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
No, please tag me. Yeah.
We'll tag you and I'll send you a link. Thank you. Thank you so much. It was lovely talking to you.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Bye.
We'll talk to you later.
Thank you. Have a good night.